Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today we're exploring one of the shortest books in the Bible, the book of Obadiah. It's only 21 verses long, but it carries a powerful message that hits home for anyone who's ever felt betrayed, deeply wounded, or just overwhelmed by conflict. Let's dive in. So, to understand Obadiah, we need a little backstory. The book talks about two nations, Edom and Israel. But this isn't just about politics. It's a family drama that stretches back generations. Edom descended from Esau, and Israel from Jacob. If you remember the story, they were twin brothers. So these two nations were, in essence, family. But their history was filled with rivalry and pain. By the time Obadiah is writing, this family wound has turned into a national crisis. No, instead, they stand by and watch. They mock Israel's suffering. They even join in the looting and take advantage of their vulnerability. This isn't just a historical account. It's a picture of profound emotional betrayal. And I think many of us can relate to that feeling. Maybe you've had someone you trusted turn their back on you in a moment of need. Or someone close to you not only failed to help but actually added to your pain. Those kinds of wounds go so much deeper because they come from people we expected to be on our side. Obadiah shows us right away that the Bible gets it. It understands the emotional weight and the sting of betrayal, especially when it comes from family. Now, one of the central themes in Obadiah is pride. Edom felt untouchable. They lived in mountain fortresses and believed they were safe from consequences. Their pride made them feel superior. But pride isn't always about arrogance on the surface. Sometimes it's a shield we use to protect ourselves. We might use pride to hide our insecurities, to avoid feeling vulnerable, or to keep others at a distance so we don't get hurt again. For Edom, their pride hardened their hearts and led them to cruelty. This is a powerful reminder that unresolved emotions like resentment and bitterness often fester and turn into something destructive. Obadiah teaches us that holding on to superiority or nursing old grudges doesn't heal our pain. It just deepens the wound and isolates us even more. But here's where the hope comes in. One of the most comforting messages in this tiny book is that God sees the wounds we don't always talk about. God sees injustice. He sees betrayal. He sees the hidden pain that people cause each other. Israel's suffering was not ignored by God. Their emotional wounds weren't just brushed aside as collateral damage. Obadiah reveals a God who notices when people are mistreated, who cares deeply about the pain we experience, and who responds to injustice even when it feels like the world has forgotten. For anyone out there who has ever felt unseen, unheard, or dismissed, this is such a powerful reassurance. Your pain is not invisible to God. The book talks about the day of the Lord, and that phrase can sound pretty intense, maybe even a little scary. But if you look at the heart of the message, it's not about personal revenge. It's about divine restoration. It's about God stepping in to make things right, to heal what was broken, and to bring justice where there was betrayal. This is so important for our own emotional health. It doesn't come from dwelling on fantasies of revenge. It begins when we release that burden, when we stop carrying the weight of the injustice all by ourselves, and trust that ultimate justice and restoration are in God's hands, not ours. So, what can we take away from Obadiah for our own emotional well-being? It doesn't minimize our emotional wounds. Second, pride and resentment are traps. Holding on to hurt only hardens our own hearts. Third, God sees the pain others cause. But from release, restoration, and trust. Even short, often overlooked parts of Scripture like Obadiah have so much to say about our real human struggles. If you've ever felt betrayed, overlooked, or hurt by someone close to you, the book of Obadiah is a reminder that your pain matters, and that healing is always possible. You are not alone. Your story hasn't been forgotten. And restoration is still on the table. If this message encouraged you today, please drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you want more videos connecting Scripture with real-life emotional challenges, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.